Hey guys, this is Epic Zacko, and I'm back after a year-long hiatus. I won't get into too much detail on the hiatus as it's a very long and complicated story. What I'm here to talk about today are some upcoming projects on the channel, as well as a major update regarding Continuity War and the Epic Zacko multiverse storyline as a whole. First off, as you may have seen, Chris's Epic Adventures is back! The first episode of season 2 is out, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's an action-packed return with the same comedy you'll recognize if you loved the episodes from the first season. What you might not know is that episode took us 6 months to film, something you would not have guessed based on the runtime. The challenges we faced and the lessons we learned while filming this episode make for a very interesting story, and one that I want to share with you in the form of a documentary, which I've already started working on, which will be called Surviving the Woods. Next, we're going to talk about some updates to the Epic Zacko Multiverse storyline, also known as the Epic Zacko Cinematic Multiverse. Longtime viewers on the channel will have likely noticed that this storyline has been mostly placed on the back burner. A big part of this storyline, the culmination of it in fact, is Continuity War. And for those of you who don't know, Continuity War is a large-scale crossover film which has seen the release of 2 out of its 4 total parts that were planned. Because characters like Modern Epic Zacko have been caught up in this film's storyline, and because of how long it's been taking to make, I haven't been able to make much, if any, other content with those characters since the film was first announced, which was all the way back in I think 2017 or 18 or something. Behind the scenes, Continuity War has been an absolute nightmare, even down to the writing process itself. I won't get into the nitty-gritty of it in this video, but there's a reason the film has been taking so long to make. And there's a lot of things I'm not satisfied with regarding the story, including some things that were already presented in the first 2 parts. There are a lot of plot points that don't really have enough time to breathe, most namely, the growing rift between Zack and Troy's ideals kind of came out of nowhere. All you do all day is just look at the villain radar and practice your blasts.
What about when we have Nerf battles? Isn't that fun?
Yeah, but that's the same thing we do every time we fight a villain, just without the stakes. It was never really built up too much in the Epic Zacko movie, and there's not really a lot of time to flesh these things out in Continuity War due to all the crazy high-stakes action going on. Therefore, I ended up making a decision that might be a bit controversial to cancel the original version of Continuity War. And instead, I'll be making some new stories with Epic Zacko, taking place after the events of the Epic Zacko movie, which will eventually lead to a brand new, rewritten version of Continuity War. The first of those stories is a brand new film called Epic Zacko Upgrade, which we have already begun working on. It's got a great script, and I'm super excited about this one. Of course, I'm very sad to decanonize Continuity War Parts 1 and 2, Part 2 in particular is actually one of my favorite videos I've ever made. However, thankfully, I'm not going to be taking them down. You'll still be able to watch both parts, I'm just going to be removing them from all the playlists to avoid causing confusion for newcomers. I'll also be taking down the 2 multiverse explanation videos I made for the same reason. Speaking of those multiverse explanation videos, the last thing I want to talk about is that I plan on making updated versions of some of the films in the Epic Zacko Cinematic Multiverse. These will be called ECM editions. They are not remasters. I won't be trying to improve the quality of these older videos per se, as I think that removes a little bit of their original charm whenever you try to do something like that. Instead, I'll be adding some new scenes and some very small changes to help them all flow together as a cohesive story. That way newcomers won't need to watch a big multiverse explanation video to understand the overall story. You'll just be able to watch all the films in order and understand it naturally. And that's all the updates for today, folks. I'm very excited about this year on the Epic Zacko channel, and I'll see you soon. This is Epic Zacko, signing out.